What if I told you that time isn't a straight, unchangeable line? What if it's flexible, something that can be bent or influenced? Not in a science fiction, time machine kind of way, but in a way that the world's most powerful intelligence agencies secretly tried to understand and maybe even control. This isn't a movie plot. It's real history, pulled from declassified government files. During the height of the Cold War, the CIA was locked in a desperate struggle with the Soviet Union. It wasn't just about spies and missiles. It was a battle for the mind itself. Fearing that the Soviets might gain a paranormal advantage, the CIA poured millions into dozens of highly classified projects. These weren't fringe experiments run by quacks. We're talking about projects like Stargate and MKUltra, which explored things like remote viewing, telepathy, and altered states of consciousness. They were driven by a very real fear. What if the enemy discovers a way to know our secrets before we even act? Among the strangest of these programs were experiments exploring what they called time shifts. Now, this isn't what you think. They weren't building DeLorean time machines. The classified files reveal sessions where participants, often in sensory deprivation chambers, were asked to perceive events before they happened. For example, they'd have a random number generator that was about to produce a number, and the subject would be asked to feel what was coming. The goal wasn't to predict the future like a fortune teller. It was to measure whether human consciousness could detect subtle shifts in probability, to sense the universe making a choice right before it happened. The documents describe attempts to find people who could sense these ripples in the fabric of reality, a sort of presentiment, an echo from the future. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If these experiments were a complete failure, a total waste of taxpayer money, you'd expect the government to declassify them quickly, maybe with a laugh, to show how silly it all was. But that's not what happened. These files, detailing the methods, the subjects, and the ambiguous results, were kept hidden from the public for nearly 40 years. They were classified at the highest levels. So you have to ask yourself, why would you classify failure for 4 decades? What were they so afraid of people finding out? Did they find something that worked, even just a little bit? Did they get a glimpse behind the curtain of reality that scared them? Fast forward to today. You'd think this kind of research would be ancient history, a weird footnote of the Cold War. But if you look closely, you'll find modern military and intelligence contracts being awarded for research into what they now call anomalous perception and advanced human-based detection systems. The language has changed. It's more sanitized and scientific, but the core idea is eerily similar. Are they trying to pick up where they left off? With all our modern technology, from quantum sensors to advanced brain imaging, are they trying to finally crack the code they first stumbled upon 50 years ago? It seems the obsession with the impossible never really went away. It just got a technology upgrade. This brings us to a mind-bending question. Maybe our whole understanding of time is wrong. We think of it as a river we're floating down, from the past to the future. But what if that's not it at all? What if consciousness isn't just a passenger? What if consciousness itself plays a role in how reality unfolds? Maybe time isn't just something we travel through, but something that reacts to us, to our focus, our attention, our awareness. The idea that the act of observing an event could influence its outcome is a cornerstone of quantum physics. Were the CIA's mystics and military scientists brushing up against a fundamental truth of the cosmos? So the next time you feel a strange sense of déjà vu, or have a gut feeling that something is about to happen, maybe it's not just a coincidence. Think about this. The most powerful intelligence agencies on Earth once spent millions trying to understand the very nature of time, and their work was so sensitive it had to be buried for decades. And the evidence suggests they might be at it again. So the question isn't just why did they study time? The real question is, did they ever really stop? Thanks for watching. If you want to dive deeper into declassified mysteries, make sure to subscribe.